Happy day students. Class 10 chapter 5 input output in C. Yes, so in this chapter we are like this chapter says we are going to see input and output, how it's to be done in C language. So these are the topics we will be covering regarding printf, scanf, get car, put car, get ch and ch. So I am going to explain all of these one by one, and as I always say, this is the online compiler where you can practice regarding how to run the C program. Yes. So in like input, what is input? Through a keyboard, if we give some input to the devices, that is known as STDIN, standard input. Yeah, and the monitor through which a common output device is known as STD out. Yes, so we give a input, we run the program and we get an output. Yes, so you got the flow, right? So how input and output is working. So a simple C program, it will take an input, perform the operations, gives an output accordingly. Yeah, the input, what I say, can be a text, a character that is entered through a keyboard. Clear? Next, we have to see printf and scanf. So what these are? Printf and scanf are the printf is the print formatted, is a predefined function. It's already inbuilt in the programmer. So it is used for displaying the value. Already we had done in chapter 3. I already made you write a program where you are displaying your name, age, class using printf command, right? So that is to display the value, the output on the screen. Yes. So we can say whatever you want to display should be in double quotes. Yes, and conversion specification, that is percentage sign, can be there. Then escape sequence like backslash and backslash can be used in printf. Fine. So printf is for displaying. Then we will see about scanf. Okay, once I explain you printf and scanf, then I will give you explanation regarding format specification and escape sequence. So it will be more easier for you to understand it. Clear? So scanf is for you to read a data from the keyboard and stores it in the memory. So I'll just show you a small example which I already typed in Word document and kept ready for running in the compiler. Here is our compiler. Yes. So I'm running this. So what is it? See, /includestudio.h header file. Integer main, so we are using a return 0. Integer ABC, so I have given that ABC will store integer values. Then I given a print, so it will be displayed. What was the statement? Please enter any two numbers. So it's asking for two numbers and it's waiting for our input. So we have %d, %a, so it's waiting for two inputs. Okay, I'm giving a simple one. Yes. So the addition of two numbers is it right or not? C is equal to A plus B, A is equal to 2 and B is equal to 3. So the output of C will be 5. Clear? Yes. So printf and scanf is clear to you. Now I will explain you format specifications. Format specification is, if you have noticed in this program, did you see this %d? %d informs the computer that the value that should be stored or displayed will be integer type. Yeah. Instead of this, it was a floating value, then would have given %f. Yes. Now, if it was a character, then you would have used %c. Yeah. If it was a string, I would have used %s. So these were the format specifications. Page number 44 in your textbook, the same table is available. Now we are going to see escape sequence. Why do we need escape sequence? These are special characters that begins with a slash, and already we have seen one escape character already, that is new line. In chapter 3 when I taught you a program that was asking us to leave one line in between. So I was using /n for starting a new line. So this sequence already we have seen. So this allows the user to communicate that display devices to specific action like moving the cursor to the next line. Okay. So if you give a single slash, it's a single quotes, it's used to character literals. If double quotes is used to string literals, then double slash displays backslash A, alert, B, backslash. So all these escape sequences can be used. Fine. So I finished telling you about printf, scanf, specifications and escape sequences. Okay. Now we have to see. So earlier I gave you the instruction on how to write a printf, what was the expected characters. Now we will be seeing regarding scanf. Yes. So in scanf also, text will be included within a, I'll wait a second, I'll just show. Okay, here is a scanf, right? See, you can see it's within a double quotes. We are used a percentage symbol. Yes. Then the argument written as variable names. Yes, then we are using a ampersand symbol next to it in front of the variable. So A and B are the variables over here. We are used this symbol in front to store the value. Yes. Next topic is getChar. So it's used to read a single character. Yes, that is most recently typed and displays immediately in the screen. Only single character can be read at a time. So I will show you with example. Yes, I already wrote the program in a Word document so that it is for me easily to execute. Yeah. So now I am running the program. It's asking me to enter a character. So see what I am doing. Okay, again I am running. Yes. Now, so you notice only the first character the first character is being read through the keyboard. Yes. Next we have, so getChar is over. Next we have putChar. So this is used to write characters but one at a time. So let me show you an example for the same. Yes, I am running the program. So see, already I initialized that result is P. Instead if I give Q, displayed as Q. Now we understood putChar. It's used to write the character. So yes, now the only two topics are there. One is getCH, yes, and CHE. So this getCHE was same as getChar. Okay, so you might be thinking, then what's the difference? The only difference is that while reading the input, it echoes the character which has been typed on the screen. Yes, and what is then getCH? It gets a character from the keyboard but does not echo. Okay, so CH does not echo. E is over here for you to easily remember. E is over here, right? So it echoes. Just like that you can recollect. Yeah. Now, then, yeah. So we have almost covered all the topics as told you regarding printf, scanf, getChar, putChar, getCH and CHE. So it was very easy, right? Now, I will just explain you the lab activity. We are doing over here two programs from your textbook as lab activity in page number 50, the first and the third program. Write a program to multiply two numbers input by the user. Okay, so header files I need not explain again. /include_studio.h and conio.h. Void main, yes. So I'll come to the main part. Enter two numbers. Since they asked you multiply numbers, first you have to get two numbers, right? Then scanf. I told them it's an integer, and to store I used in front of the variables I used ampersand symbol to store the variable. So since it's multiplication, I am using the operator printf. Whatever is stored in C, I have to display that. Yes, it's very simple question program. See how I run the program. Okay. Then comes the next program, that is enter a program using getChar function Wait a second. I think it's not visible. Yeah. So enter a number using getChar function and display it using putChar. Yeah. So what is getChar? You all know, right? So they are asking you to read it through getChar. So we are reading it. Enter a number ch, and whatever the value that's been read through getChar is stored in ch. And I'm displaying ch over here. Yeah. So that's all, students. We have completed chapter 5. Yes, I even explained you both the lab activity. Wish you a very happy learning.